Shalom, shalom, Yasharallah. This is your brother Abinaya coming to you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Let us give all honor, all glory, all praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Burkah HaKodesh. Double honors to our apostles, prophets, and teachers of Great Millstone. They are our teachers and they do rule well. Peace and salutation to the sincere Akim and Akwat who are following this truth in all diligence and all sincerity. Now, we are living in the end of days, and not only the elect realize that we are living in the end times, but so too does the wicked of the earth. Now, they would believe it somewhat differently than us because they actually believe that they could change prophecy. They know their judgment is written. So this is why you're seeing today more so than ever, you're seeing this great massive push towards the acquiring of doomsday bunkers. Doomsday prepping has become a thing that is very popular, that has been very popular in the last 2 to 3 years. Everybody prepping. They're running scenarios like zombie apocalypse scenarios, and if the country happened to be under a nuclear state of emergency and stuff. We even see movies pertaining to it. Now, look at what this video is saying here. 55,000 doomsday bunkers plus annual ground rent of $1,091. Now, the judgment that has been pronounced against this place, America, Babylon the Great, is according to prophecy, is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. So there's going to be millions of missiles pounding the land of America. Now, these bunkers that they have built, how deep do they really go? Because what we do know according to prophecy, not everyone is going to be destroyed in the land of America. Those who were the Edomites and the elites who were able to build their bunkers way deeper than the average person may be able to build a bunker, they will be kept alive. And they're going to be the first slaves or the first servants in the kingdom. So let's just listen to the video. Well, let's take in a scripture first. Salakia. It's Isaiah 2:19. It says, "And they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth." And this is what these elites do when they're prepping. This is why America created what is known as a space force to detect what they call global threats that could impact the earth from space. What do they know that the average person don't know? Now, you people so engrossed in science and science fiction stories and Area 51 stories and all of these things, little green men, little gray men, and all these different crap. But if you do read the scriptures, you would understand that Esau doesn't fear no little green men. What Esau fears is the return of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It's not no Martian he's terrified of. Because if it was Martians, you think they would not have launched a nuclear strike long ago to deal with those so-called Martian menaces? What they are truly afraid of and they are trying to stop is the return of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the scriptures did say, as we just read, they shall go into the holes of the rocks and the caves of the earth for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty when he coming with his chariots, with the heavenly hosts, when he arises to shake terribly the earth. So let's go back. Let's go and listen to the video.
Check this out, y'all. People are already starting to live in these underground bunkers with rent at only $1,000 a month, y'all. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I might get rid of my house and start to go live underground for only $1,000 a month. Check this out.
We're sitting in the middle of X Point, the largest survival community in the world, with 575 bunkers spread over 18 square miles of land. Effectively, we're building a city.
that, right? They have bunkers laying all over the United States, but they're not going to tell us where they're at because for security purposes only. Because they know people would be going after these so-called elites or the Illuminati for what they have done to our planet, y'all. They literally destroyed this planet. That's so they can go live underground.
Now, we don't need to hear this dude rant or to subscribe to his pages or anything. But the information that was what was brought out is what we're dealing with. Notice what the guy said. They have bunkers built that could virtually withstand anything. The only thing that he was saying that could possibly destroy it is a hit from an asteroid or multiple nuclear strikes. You know? And these people have placed a lot of confidence and hope in these things, in their technology, you know? This is why Esau is racing to come up with new technologies, all for the purpose of fighting against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and to keep his kingdom or his house ruling forever. Because the scripture did say, the thought is inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Let's go back to the precept. We have this one here. This is what the Lord promised him to do, because this is Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Well, this is where they hide in. What a fisherman does do, he does fish. So what the fisherman would do, he would bait the hook in hopes that the fish will be drawn to the bait. But you're seeing what a hunter does now. A hunter lays traps. A hunter goes seeking wherever the prey goes, he goes. If the prey digs underground, the hunter goes to get it from under the ground. Right? Now, as I said, not all the elites going to be destroyed. You know, we have to have servants to build the kingdom. Let's go to Psalms 147. No, Psalms 149, Salakia. Start from verse 5 to 9. It says, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of power be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. For this to take place, they have to have elite alive to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, praise Yahweh. So these fishers of the Lord, these fishers turned hunters, they're going to be going into the cleft of the rock to bring out the elites who are in those bunkers that they're building. You notice you have the tech billionaire Mark Zuckerberg constructing over $100 million bunker in the Hawaii Islands, if I remember clearly. You know, then we have other rich persons who have bunkers of their own. And mind you, these bunkers are not shallow, you know. These bunkers run pretty deep. Because this is the purpose of digging a deep bunker. The purpose of digging a deep bunker is because you're expecting a nuclear strike. So should you receive such a strike, you'll be able to withstand it. Because with that nuclear explosion would penetrate miles down into the ground. Now it have persons who constructing tiny home bunkers a couple feet deep. I mean, those things are not going to do anything. All they're building is the tomb. That's all they're building. That's nothing more than a tomb. You know? So they're going to try to hide. They're going to do whatever they can to try and escape the judgment of the Lord. I'm trying to find a precept here. Can't remember if it's in Joel. Let me see if it's in Joel. Let's see if it's in Joel. Nope. Right. This is one such prophet who saw the impending destruction of Babylon the Great. This is one of the reasons you have your elites desperately building bunkers. This is what it says. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And that day would be what? The second coming of Yahushai, along with the impending judgment of the nuclear destruction that is guarded to fall and destroy Babylon the Great. A day of gloominess, Salakia, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong there had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth behind them. When you look at a missile, isn't there a propulsion system that creates fire to propel the projectile forward? And behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. So before the missile hit, they're making the comparison that the land, it's fruitful, it's like Eden. You have cities, you have vast fields, you have farms and so on. A relative Eden. He said, but behind them, meaning when they strike, when these projectiles, these nuclear projectiles strike the earth, it's going to destroy those things that were once beautiful, that was once compared to the Garden of Eden, and they're going to turn it into a desolate wilderness. And there's the type of language and similitude the prophet is using to describe this impending judgment upon the land, this nuclear destruction. Now you have to remember, these people are going to write these things based on the things they understand of the day. They're not going to be able to use the modern terms that we know today. Right? So, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. So anyone caught on the surface and not able to go down the miles into the earth that the elites have dug their bunkers, they're going to perish. So all those so-called families who well off and able to construct a bunker, building it, let we say at 200 feet or 300 feet in the ground, they're not going to escape. And as I said, those things are nothing more than tombs. It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. You ever saw those movies where, for instance, I think it was Lord of the Rings, when they was battling and they was outnumbered by these orcs, and all seemed lost, and then at the first light you hear a trump song. When you look to the horizon on the top of the hill, you saw horses. You saw the horses of Rohan. The horsemen of Rohan appeared on the horizon. That's how these missiles going to appear. And the scriptures say they're going to run like horsemen. It said, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Because these missiles are coated with metal. And the latest, not your average ordinary metal, there's alloy called iridium, which is what they use to construct the materials for the space station, as they claim, It says it's a material that could displace heat very well. A lot of these missiles are going to be built from these things. Because when you look at the technology, these missiles are going to be able to cover a great distance across the land in the shortest possible time. That means it's going to be going faster than the speed of sound. It's going to be breaking the sound barrier. And with the breaking of the sound barrier, heat is generated. Right? It says, before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march everyone on his way, and they shall not break rank. Nobody will be able to shoot it out of the air. These missiles will not malfunction. all the defense systems of the land of America will not be able to stop it. Why? Because these missiles are moving to accomplish the purpose of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, neither shall one trust another. You know, that it ain't going to be no accidental explosion that caused the others to explode. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. And who is the sword? The wicked. I think that's what the prophet is telling you. These missiles, when it fall upon the sword, and we know this is not speaking about a physical sword, because anything that usually falls upon a physical sword, it sustains an injury. But this sword that is speaking about is Esau Edom, because as the psalmist David said, when he was praying to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, asking him to deliver him from the wicked who is thy sword. And the scripture said they shall not be wounded. Because these missiles, I mean, come on, although they are inanimate objects, they're out to accomplish the purpose of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the window like a thief. The earth shall tremble before them. The heaven shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw from shining. So all those missiles carried to pound the land of America is going to be felt miles away. Countries or islands in the close vicinity of those explosions are going to be destroyed via tidal waves, tsunamis. That mushroom cloud after that detonation is going to go up so high and going to be so thick that is going to darken the sun, darken the moon. And we know the sun and the moon were created to give light. So no light will be able to penetrate through that mushroom cloud. Now, the prophet Ezra spoke about these things too. Let me get it. 2nd Ezra 16. Let's see. It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. I could also read about this precept with Revelations 18. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? And that sword in this context would be the nuclear missiles. A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? That nuclear fire, that thermal nuclear fire. This is not the type of fire you could throw a bucket of water, or you could spray a fire extinguisher on it, and it'll go extinguish it. This is a fire burning with the intensity of the sun, because there's going to be multiple missiles. It says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Meaning it and nobody could thwart it. Nobody could change it, in spite what Esau Edom say. You know, they're trying to give you that false hope that they're in control, so they're setting up a space force to monitor incoming threats. You know, that they have defense system around the great city, you know, and they're always constantly trying to assure you that they are in control of everything. It says, may any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it had begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty power sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? As the scriptures say, who can deliver out of the Most High's hands? No one. A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Let's just drop down to verse 13. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrow that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when he began to be shot into the ends of the earth. So you definitely know this is not speaking about a physical arrow. a normal arrow you put in a bow, because you know you have wind resistance and to consider when you fire that arrow. And then an arrow like that cannot be shot from one end of the earth to the other. So this is a similitude. It's a comparison being made. And what would be a bow? If the arrow is represents the nuclear missiles, what would be a bow? The missile silos, the submarines that carry these warheads, these F-2 bombers on them, which have been known to carry nuclear missiles on board. Those would be your bows, because this is what is going to be used to launch all these missiles to destroy Babylon the Great. It said, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. So when these missiles are fired, they're not going to go back to where they was. Once they fire, once they leave that silo, it's to go to accomplish its purpose. The fire is kindled, and it shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Pay attention to verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. So nothing could change that. And this is what the prophet Ezra said. And this is how we know reincarnation. This is one of the precepts we know which proves reincarnation, regeneration exists. It is real. He said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The prophet Ezra says here on the earth today, we don't know who he is, but he's going to bear witness to the coming of these missiles, proving reincarnation, regeneration does exist. So though they build the bunkers, though they try to hide themselves in the cleft of the rocks, and they're not only building bunkers in land, in the earth, they're building it on the sea floor as well. Because even Leviathan is going to be destroying these so-called safe dwelling places that Esau Edom built to escape the impending destruction. So pay attention to the news, pay attention to what's going on around you. See how it ties in with prophecy, because all these things tell you how close we are to the end. And brothers and sisters, we're very close to the end. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm your brother Abaniah saying shalom till the next lesson.